What's going on, YouTube? It's ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got Game 3 of Memorial Mayhem, Day 1 still. Now, this is a game against Once Bitten's army, or Once Bitten's team, is what I meant to say. Now, Game 1, we had a game against Team USA. We lost big. Game 2, we played against the Warhammer All-Stars, and we actually lost, but it was a very minor loss, like maybe a 3 or 4 point loss, which is fine because we're still earning points. And basically, our whole strategy from the get-go was, before we even showed up, is we knew we were going to lose against Team USA. I mean, we just didn't have the proper armies for it, the proper setup for it. We even were missing one. Basically, we're playing with a handicap, more or less. So, Game 2, we were hoping we would have pulled off a bigger win, but it kind of went to our advantage the way it did. Now, Game 3, we're playing against Once Bitten's team. Now, this is the favorite team. This is the team that everybody's saying is going to potentially win second place. And the main reason for that is they have not only Once Bitten, which is a very skilled player himself, but they also have Shannon Powell, who is the #1 player in the United States. So, knowing that Shannon Powell is the #1 player in the United States, knowing his list, and knowing the list that we have, I mean, I understand my brother and Phil Carl are very skilled players, and that's why we said okay when Phil wanted to team up. We're like, hell yeah, we got Phil Carl, Phil the Tree Master Carl. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be good. We're gonna do well. Now, Irby is a person who's coming back to the game, so Irby is actually somebody. He's our 4th player, which I don't have that much faith in, to be honest. As I'm picking up the matches, just because I know Irby's gonna lose against the person who's been playing 9th Age for a longer time. So, looking at the list that we were playing against Chad and whatever, the one thing that I knew couldn't happen was I knew I couldn't play Chad and I could not play Shannon Powell. Okay, because I already know how ogres are against me, and I know how a skilled player with ogres will kill me. And I know that Chad's list would actually give me a lot of trouble. I could potentially get a 10-10 off of Chad, but for the most part, I'm going to lose in the long run. But on the other note, I know Jesse and Phil can actually work Chad really well because they both have higher initiative than his Necro Guard. So I forgot how the cards were laid out. I actually have a picture here somewhere, but the picture basically shows that we had a choice. I'm not going to look for it, but basically we had a choice. Shannon was the person that was held back, so I understood that. Or no, Shannon was given to us. We threw out, I believe, Jesse, and they threw out Chad and Shannon. And I knew if I give Jesse Chad, what happens is Shannon gets put to whoever's in my hand. Well, the person I left in my hand was Irby. So Irby plays Shannon. My brother plays Chad. I threw out Phil, and they gave Phil to what's his face? I keep forgetting the 4th guy's name. Lane. I want to say it was Lane. And then I got Zeke. So I'm playing Zeke, and Zeke has a Dread Elf army. He has an all close combat Dread Elf army, and that's what this game is right here. This game is against Zeke and his Dread Elf close combat army. No magic, no shooting against my 100 bow shots of Goblin Pain Train. Alright, yeah, let's see how this game's going to go. And that's why you can see there's a dinosaur in this picture, because there's probably Cold One Riders. Alright, so first off, let's go really quick over my list. I got 30 Cave Goblins with bows and fanatics. I got 36 Common Goblins with bows and shields, and 3 Shady Gits. The level 4 Pyromancers in there, Baxter the Pyromaniac, and then I also got the BSB Bazooka. This is Bazooka and the Horde. Over here I got King Koopa. King Koopa is, you know what, I'm even thinking about just upgrading him from King to Demigod. Demigod Koopa. Anyways, especially since he has a new paint job and everything with the peg leg and all that. But anyways, the peg leg's broken in this picture. So Koopa is a 1-up, 4-up Goblin Lord. He has the Obsidian Sword, which is going to be really nice to fight against some 1-up armored knights that is in this list. Over here I got my Black Orcs, my Iron Boys with War Boss Juggertooth, and then over here I got another unit of 30 Cave Goblins with bows and maggots. Over here I got the Space Rock Coast to Coast, and then over here I got my Crom. Crom is a idol of Gork, or in my words, idol of chicken. Oh, here it is. Lane. I was right. It was Lane basically. So we threw out capture the flag. No, they threw out capture the flag. They gave us Zeke, and then I threw out myself, which they have the choice. There you go. Or vice versa. I don't remember. Anyways, Jesse got freaking Chad. I forgot how we got this, but this is basically how it's going. I got capture the flag. Phil got secure the target. Jesse got hold the ground, and Irby got breakthrough. Which we thought maybe Irby could do good with that because he could pop his units in the background. Anyways, so capture the flag. Here we go. As you can see, my opponent, Zeke here on the left side, he has a unit of 10 Dread Knights. They're Cold One Riders. I believe they have the Ether icon. He has a unit of Harpies, whatever they are, Harpies, Furies, Gargoyles. I don't know. They're always these winged flying fuckers. That's what they are. Anyways, sometimes they have ward saves and sometimes they don't. I don't know. Which army am I playing? They all have freaking flying crap. Anyways, as you can see, he has a giant block of like Corsairs with an altar on it. And the altar, I don't think it's his BSB or anything like that. Let me see if I can find his list really quick. I might have his list still up on my computer. If not, it's okay. No, I don't have it up on my computer. But, basically, go back here. Basically, this is a giant block of Corsairs. I've got like 36 of them or so. They have this altar. I think the altar is the BSB. He has the Dark Riders right in front of him, which are just chaff guys. He has a unit of Dread Knights there, 5. He has a giant block of Tower Guard. Now, the Tower Guard scare me mainly because they have the Bodyguard ability. They have the General in that unit. The General has the Headman's Axe and the Crimson Mail. And I know how this works basically because of Lenny. Lenny played the same kind of list at ETC last year. So I'm looking at it like, damn, the freaking Tower Guard is a really nasty unit. I forgot what banner they have. Maybe Triple March. I want to say it was Triple March. Maybe not. Maybe it was the one where they get Strength 4 or whatever it is. I forgot. Anyways, so that unit, they're going to hit me on 2s. They're going to be able to wound me on 3s roughly. And they might have had a Rending banner. I forgot what banner they had. But basically, they're going to kill a good chunk of my Black Orcs. And even though I'll be stubborn, by the time his General's fully grown in his armor save, because the way the Crimson Mail works is every time he gets a wound or kill, he gets +1 to his armor save. So by the time he gets fully armored up, he could pretty much rip apart my guys, and I'll have a really, really rough time. He has another unit of Furies there, and he has another unit of Dark Riders on the side. So he has three units of chaff, and I believe I let... I want to say I dropped first, and I told him to take first turn. That's what I tend to do. Maybe I took first turn. I might have took first turn. Nope, he took first turn. Okay, so first turn, Dread Elves, turn 1, guys. This is going to be a doozy of a game, by the way. As you can see, the Cow-Nado is ready. The Cow-Nado! Alright, so he goes ahead and he vanguards up to the sides. He already knows that I have 2 units with Fanatics, and he knows he has to make me release my Fanatics. Really quick, I forgot to tell you, I have Flaming Swords, Pyroclastic Flow, Scorching Salvo, and Cascading Fire. Now, I'm going to go back to this picture really quick. We were picking tables, and I told Phil was about to load up on this table, and I was like, Phil, let me get that table. And he goes, are you sure? I said, yeah. He goes, that's fine, I don't care. I don't really care which table I get. But I go, the main reason for this is because I wanted that water scenario, that water terrain. And if you guys watch my game against Lord Tremendous or Lord Tremendous' game against me on either one of our channels, you know why, exactly why I wanted the water terrain feature. So his turn 1, I'm still getting over a sickness, by the way, guys. So my voice is kind of like, and you'll hear me sniffle, but you'll hear me crack too. Anyways, so first turn he goes in and he moves his Dark Riders here. He moves his Dark Riders on the other side of my Cave Goblins. He's basically just wants me to release my Fanatics ASAP so it doesn't hurt his bigger blocks. He starts to walk and he gets stuck on the damn water terrain. I love it. Shooting. He's going to shoot these guys into my Cave Goblins. Kills off 2. He has no magic. It goes straight into shooting, and then that's about it. He doesn't even have much shooting. He just has these guys with crossbows on the horses. So it's going to start off turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. I don't move. The only thing I move is I move Koopa to the side of that giant tiki head over there. And basically, if you guys watch my game against the Kingdom of Equitaine, I pulled the same move with Koopa where he just hides behind the terrain, waits for them to come, and then he'll get a flank. Now, I contemplated releasing my Fanatics, or just turning and not releasing my Fanatics ASAP, but I figured if I could get rid of his chaff now, might as well get rid of his chaff. He does have 5 units of chaff, though. So I was like, well, 3 points, throw out some Fanatics, we'll see what happens. But for the most part, I just kind of keep this bubble going, and I'm just not really moving out of range. Magic Phase got 6 Power Dice, and I think I got the Enveloping Embers off, and no, I don't even have Enveloping Embers, excuse me. I got off potentially Fireball, he stopped it, then I got Scorching Salvo and he stopped it. It went by really fast. Nothing really happened in Magic. So shooting, I go ahead and I release my Fanatics this way, pop off these Dark Riders. I release my Fanatics this way, pop off these Dark Riders. Then we're going to start real shooting here. Shooting these Goblins into the freaking Tower Guard. Tower Guard are the ones that scare the fuck out of me. So I go ahead and I shoot, I kill off 1. He even put a screen there hoping that I would get the -1, but he didn't realize that I have Volley Fire. So I go ahead and I pop off 1. The Space Rock shoots, pops off another 1 Tower Guard guy. And then these Cave Goblins shoot, and they kill off only 2 Dark Riders. Now, I'm going to apologize right now, and you're probably going to hear the same thing in Chad's video when Chad makes his video against my brother. But the lighting where we were at was really poor, and it made a lot of blurry pictures. So just letting you guys know that poor lighting equals bad blurry pictures. Round 2, Zeke and the Dread Elves. Zeke and the Dread Elves, he starts walking in the water. I love it. As you can see, I threw the Cownado forward into those Dread Knights, hoping that I would do exactly what I did, which was just chaff him up for a turn and make sure he doesn't move. So he doesn't. I basically, and again, we're playing flag scenario. I believe I chose that small unit. I believe I chose the Tower Guard, and then I chose the other Dread Knight unit. I did not touch the Corsair block because that altar usually gives me issues. So so as you can see, he goes ahead and he chaffs me up. He puts his Dark Riders here, his Furies in front of me. I'm not charging forward. He puts it in front of my monsters, which if the monsters get into the Corsairs, he would have a really difficult time with them. He doesn't really move up with the Dread Knights because he sees Koopa coming for him. So he does move up. He just doesn't move up where Koopa could charge. And basically that's how the table looks. He doesn't really have shooting. I think he tried to take some pot shots, but it did nothing. And keeps his other Furies back there for good measure. He didn't move his Dread Knights because he figured he has like a 50-50 chance that the Cownado goes the wrong way. And if it does go through, then he can move up and charge and whatever, right? So it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. So the Cownado comes this way like a fucking asshole. He doesn't really help me out. Now, he could obviously charge my Cave Goblins, and I thought to myself I could go ahead and just Swift Freeform and move back. But what I ended up deciding was I'm going to let my Cave Goblins take 1 for the team and die to those freaking Riders. The Dark Riders, or the whatever they are, the Dread Knights will get in, but I'll hold steadfast until he kills so many Goblins, right? But right now I have 28 shots. I'm pretty sure I'm in close range to his Tower Guard. I need to shoot the crap out of his Tower Guard, so I don't move those Cave Goblins. Over on this side, the Fanatic, 1 dies, 1 goes that way. And what I do is I don't even charge his chaff. If I charge his chaff with either monster, I'm moving closer, he'll charge in, he'll do X amount of wounds, I'll basically lose that combat. But right now, if I don't charge in, which they're not really in my way, he is so far back he can't make a charge right now. So I'm like, well, leave his chaff there for a turn. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably potentially kill it with magic, right? So magic phase got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I do a scorching salvo. He stops it. I go ahead and I do a cascading fire. He stops it. I do a pyroclastic flood. And I think I just failed it. Fuck! Alright. Over here shooting. I'm gonna shoot all these guys, the common goblins, bazooka and the horde, into the fucking tower guard. And boom! Holy fuck. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tower guard were killed that day. It might have been the bazooka and the horde and the cave goblins, but I didn't take a picture of the cave goblins. Still killed 10. I'm neutering this unit. That's what my plan is. The other side did nothing, and we're going to start off turn 3. Turn 3, Dread Elves. Turn 3, Dread Elves. I did move Koopa as chaff here. As you can see, Koopa walked up, because if not, he was going to charge my cave goblins on this side, and I didn't have anything to protect them. So I gave him Koopa, and he takes the bait. He's going to charge into Koopa. Now, I'm not worried about it. Koopa has a potion of speed, and he has an obsidian sword. So I'll go ahead and I'll swing first, and I'll kill hopefully a good chunk of these guys, right? Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. He charges in over here. I'm going to stand and shoot. Nothing happens. He gets in. These guys get in, of course. And what he does is he switches spots with the Harpies and the Dark Riders. I forgot why. Just wider frontage, I guess, or whatever. But this will allow him to move up even further, which he does. He moves up. He moves up. He doesn't move close enough to the Cownado because he doesn't want to take more unnecessary wounds. And then that's it. Close combat. Close combat over here. He kills off a bunch of my goblins. I hold steadfast. I make it, and I reform to make smaller, tighter ranks. And then over here, I pop the potion. I drink it. I go ahead and I fucking swing, and I whiff. I don't kill a single fucking guy. Not one single guy. He goes ahead and he attacks back, and he puts on 2 wounds into Koopa. And Koopa loses this combat. He has a charge, he has a banner, he has 2 wounds. I'm down by 4. Koopa runs. He decides to not chase, and Koopa only ran like 3 inches. You fat fuck. You fat fuck. You can't even run that far. God damn it, Koopa. Oh, man. He was like, you ran so short that you're actually still chaffing me. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. And it's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn, I think, 3? So Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I charge the fucking Furies, both monsters. Part of my plan is I'm going to overrun. I'm pretty sure I called out the Wog here, too. Because I want Swift Stride for Crom. What I want to do, as you can see, I'm going to hit. I charged the Black Orcs into his Dark Riders. Again, I'm not too worried about getting the charge off anymore, getting closer to his guys anymore, because I want to be in combat now. Alright, and I'm still going to shoot his Tower Guard for another turn with my Common Goblins. But what I'm hoping to do here is I'm hoping that both the monsters, I don't think I'm going to get in with the Overrun. Maybe I could get in with the overrun with the Spider. The Spider needs like maybe an 11 or a 10 to overrun into his Corsairs. But the Spider's stubborn. Okay? If Crom goes in and gets close enough, even if he kills the Spider, what ends up happening is I overrun. If the Spider gets in, he kills the Spider, or I stick in combat, I'm stubborn, I'm chaffing up his giant Corsair block for a turn. Okay? If he kills the Spider, he will chase and he would hit Crom. So no matter what, on my turn I have a choice of what I'm going to do after that. So he has to go through 2 monsters, which is not an easy feat. Alright? So I go in and I charge him with both. I charge him with the Black Orcs. I get in. Koopa rallies. And he's staring at the flank here, and he's just like, that fat bastard. Yeah, that's how it looks. Magic phase, I got 9 power dice. I go in and I do a Ruby Ring, get it off, kill off something. I don't have a picture. I think it was on Tower Guard. Nope, he stopped it. Never mind. He stopped it with 1 dice. Then he goes in and he stops the Scorching Salvo. I get Flaming Swords off on my Common Goblins. It goes off. Shooting phase of Common Goblins. The attribute. The attribute kills off one of these guys. Now shooting phase, the common goblins are going to go ahead and shoot, and they end up picking off 5 more. This unit is neutered. They only have 11 tower guard left and the general left. I did exactly what I was hoping to do here. Over here, close combat, his Dark Rider killed one of my Black Orcs, but my Black Orcs win, and I'm going to reform, giving him a front to my Black Orcs. And then I go ahead and I kill the Furies with the Space Rock and the Gork and the Idol of Chicken. I overrun. Now again, I have Swiss Stride up and everything, and I overrun, I am not fucking kidding you, 4 inches on both. I think one was 3 inches and the other one was 4 inches. Holy crap. So we're going to go ahead and start off turn 4, Dread Elves. And now as you can see, this is kind of how it looks. Yeah, that's exactly how it looks. So he's going to go ahead and charge Koopa again. He's going to charge the Corsairs into Crom. And like I said, if he hits Crom and he overruns into the Spider, that's fine, because the Spider will hold him up for a turn. And then he charges into my Black Orcs. He's a close combat army. He's going to have to do what he needs to do. There's not much else he has. But the Dread Knights are an issue. The Corsairs can be an issue. He goes in. He goes like this. Now this is smart by my opponent, because if he overruns, he'll overrun it to the flank of the Space Rock, which will just be a shit ton more attacks. They have poison. I think they have poison. Maybe not. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways. And basically, this is kind of how it looks. Everybody gets in like so, like so, like so. Close combat. Impact hits. Doesn't do shit. Where are we? I'm just going to go ahead and look through the pictures really quick to see what's happening here. Oh no, this is just me showing you. Okay. So he gets in here. He gets in here. And he gets in here. And then close combat. Here you go. Close combat. He finally grinded these guys down. They've been fighting every round. He's finally ground me down to where I don't have a steadfast anymore. So I'm going to run. He decides not to chase, and he turns his guys this way. Then we go into the combat with Koopa. He fails to wound Koopa. Nope, I take it back. He kills Koopa. He totally killed Koopa. You bastard. You killed Koopa. And he just turns this way to face my common goblins like he's been trying to. And then over here at close combat, he does a couple wounds to Crom. I don't think he killed Crom outright. Maybe he did. It was a lot of attacks. I think he might have. No, I think what happened was No, he killed me. He definitely killed me. Because I remember he swung so many attacks, impact hits. Then he has these guys with poison on the altar, and just there were so many fucking 6s, and he actually killed Crom to the point, to the freaking number, to the wound. Now he decides to overrun. He needs 4 inches to get to the freaking spider, and he rolled a 3. Oh man, this really ruined it. This is like pissing in his cereal right here. Holy crap. Over here, close combat. I challenge with my general. He accepts with his champion. My general wipes out his champion. So then he goes ahead and he swings with his general. He does 2 wounds. Okay. He goes ahead and he swings with the rest of his unit. Kills off a bunch of my Black Orcs. Maybe like 5 or 6, right? I go ahead and I use, I want to say, extra hand weapons. Might have been great weapons. I think it was extra hand weapons, because his general only did 2 wounds, which means he only has a 4-up armor. I did extra hand weapons, and I go ahead and I swing with every Black Orc that it can on his general, and I kill his general. Then I go ahead and I swing every other Black Orc into his unit, and I kill exactly the amount of wounds he had. Not one over, not one under. Wipe out the unit. Holy shit. I turn him to face the flank of his freaking giant altar, and he sees it coming. And it's turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. And holy shit, here we go. Space Rock charging in, and I have to do the Space Rock to charge in because she is blocking the charge of the Black Orcs. Okay? He sees it, and he's like, holy shit. And he goes, flee! And he fucking runs. He books it. And he books it through his Dread Knights, books it through his freaking Harpies, books it through the freaking face of that tower over there, and gets to the other side of the table. He takes, I am not fucking kidding, like 15 DTs going through that freaking head, and pops out the other side. And now, in all honesty, that unit is out of the game. It's a close combat army. It's like turn 4. By the time he rallies, turns around, all that crap, that unit is not going to do shit for the rest of the game. Alright, so the Space Rock's like, well, fuck it. I guess I will charge into those Dread Knights. So I do. I charge into the Dread Knights and get in. And that'll hold up the Dread Knights, so my Cave Goblins will be fine. So here's the interesting part, and this is something he didn't see, was I had to charge the Black Orcs. So that way, as you can see in this picture, I charged the Black Orcs into his Harpies, which I think his Harpies fled anyways. Alright? And then I decided to charge the Common Goblins because they were blocked by the Black Orcs. So the Black Orcs failed to charge move up, but the Common Goblins could charge into his other Dread Knights right behind me. So it opens up the door. The Common Goblins go into his Dread Knights over there, and it's going to start off my Magic Phase. Magic Phase, 8 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Flaming Swords on these guys. I get double 6 to see. Let's go off. I only kill off about 5 of my own Common Goblins. And then forgot to move this Fanatic. The Fanatic runs through the Space Rock, does 1 wound. And then we're going to go to close combat here. Close combat! My Shady Git kills 1 of his Dread Knights. He goes ahead and he kills 2 of my Shady Gits and does 2 more wounds onto my Goblins. So far he has 4 wounds and a banner. I did 1 wound. I have a charge. I have a banner. I have a BSB. I have a war banner. I have 2 ranks and a wound. I'm at 8 to his 5. He loses combat pretty big. By 3, he rolls it, he fails it, and my Common Goblins chase down the unit and eat the fucking unit. I love this unit. This unit does that to me every fucking time. I love them. Awesome, good job. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 5, Dread Elves. Turn 5, Dread Elves. Oh, by the way, the Space Rock, he put on 3 wounds onto the Space Rock, but the Space Rock sticks. Let's see, was that, yeah, that was my turn. Actually, turn 5, he rallies, and that was it. Then it's my turn 5. So turn 5, Orcs and Goblins. That's what happens. Space Rock ended up killing off 1 of his Dread Knights on his turn. So on my turn, the Orcs are charging in. I mean, at this point, it's turn 5. Space Rock might die to these guys eventually, but if I charge, it's like a 10th charge. If I try to march up, the water's blocking myself, so I just figured I might as well just try this charge. I'll need a 10 to get in. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. So I charge in with the freaking Black Orcs, and I fail the fucking charge, and I end up in the water, and basically that's how it is. Common Goblins turn around, wheel around, coming this way, and I make sure Baxter's in range to start nuking his freaking Harpies. Freaking Fanatic comes through this way, kills off 4 of my Black Orcs. Fucking Fanatics. And then Magic, I go ahead and I do a fireball into his Harpies. Boom! Gone. Alright. Actually, I think I only killed 3 and it causes a panic and they start flying away. But it didn't matter if they died or... I think I did kill them. I think I did. I don't know why I have this picture here. Over here, close combat. Puts on more wounds onto the Space Rock. Space Rock might have killed 1 more. But she's stubborn. She's still sticking on the General's leadership. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 6, Dread Elves. Turn 6, Dread Elves. Space Rock kills 2 more of these bastards. These bastards kill the fucking Space Rock. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. So they go ahead and they turn face my Black Orcs. I got my Cave Goblins there. I got my freaking Black Orcs there. It's going to start off turn 6. Turn 6, I charge in. Again, needing like a 10 or something like that. And I fail it again. So, as of right now, I have a small win. But you know what? I still have Magic Phase. And there's about 5 of those guys or 6 of those guys. So let's try it. Magic Phase, 5 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Ruby Ring. Kills off 2 of those fucking bastards. Holy shit. Fucking go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow. And I kill off more of those guys. Holy shit. And he really tried to stop it, but he couldn't. So, yeah, that's it. He has one guy left. Well, guess what? The Skull Splitter's in range. I shoot the fucking Skull Splitter. Bazooka in the Horde. Boom! Picked off the last bastard. Holy shit. Holy shit. And I have this picture here. I think my camera actually just took this picture because I put it down right next to these guys. But it was one of the clear pictures. So these guys did not rally. They fell off the table. Going back to the overview over here, he basically has one unit left, which is the freaking BSB and the Corsairs. It is a massive Orc and Goblin victory. I got 17 points. 17 out of 20. And I was kind of hoping that he didn't rally. I was kind of hoping he kept fleeing and kept going off the table, but he rallied, of course. He's an elf. Who doesn't? What elf doesn't rally? That was a hell of a game. Now, from my understanding, all right, this is spoilers if you haven't watched Chad's game. So if you've watched Chad's game, or if you haven't watched Chad's game and you want to be surprised, you can just turn off my video right now. I'm just tell you right now. But because I'm going to talk about the other 3 games going on. All right. So, well, first off, let's go over points on my list really quick. And then I'll go over, and then I'll do another spoiler alert. Alright. So, my Black Orcs ended up racking up 1,082 points, killing his general, killing the rest of the whatchamacallit guys, and then, eventually just, I mean, that was it. They killed off the tower guarding his general, and that was over 1,000 points, apparently. Crom only killed 130 for killing the Harpies. Unfortunately, that game kind of sucked for Crom. Koopa didn't do shit. Not a goddamn wound, but you know who picked up the slack? Baxter the Pyromaniac and Bazooka and the Horde. Bazooka and the Horde were honestly, I gotta give them the MVP. They are easily the MVP. They fucking picked off the Tower Guard, they killed off the Dread Knights, and they ended up killing off the other unit of Dread Knights. They, and bunkering Baxter in there, and Baxter killing every fucking guy he did. Baxter and Bazooka, you guys fucking rocked, and you guys are a shoe-in for my next list because I love this unit. This unit paid its freaking dues. The Cave Gobos, they did a good job. They cleared out some chaff. They were picking at the Tower Guard. They held my objective. I have 2 flags left. He has maybe 1. No, I think I killed all 3 of his flags. The Cave Goblins did good in the Space Rock. The Space Rock actually was clutch in this game. Space Rock earned 739 points. And the crazy part is the Space Rock actually has the highest amount of points in this tournament right now for my army, which is crazy. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this picture of Chad going on here. So, the way it worked is we gave Shannon's the guy with the Deadpool shirt on, okay? As you can see, I'm on the left. Todd White, the guy who's running this tournament, is right next to me. You got Chad. Next to Chad is, I believe, Lane. I can't tell if it's Lane or not, though. Then it's Shannon. Then my brother's on the right side with the sunglasses over his head. So I just took this picture immediately after my game was done. I was like, this is a cool picture. My brother's playing Chad Hogan. My brother's playing the once bitten himself, okay? So I just wanted this picture, right? Now, Todd just walked by and I was like, Todd, we're taking a picture, and he's like, oh, okay. Anyways, Shannon was the first guy to play his game, or finish his game, I mean, and he destroyed Irby. He got a 20-0 on Irby, okay? Now, at this point, we expected that. We gave Irby understanding that no matter who's going to play Shannon, Shannon's going to beat him, right? So we're expecting that 0-point victory there, or loss. Alright, so then Phil Carl's playing right next to Shannon. Shannon goes ahead and he's like, alright, I got 20 points. He turns around, he looks at Phil, and this is coming from Phil, might I add. This story right here is coming from Phil to me. Was he looks at Phil's game against Lane, and he just like, shit, Lane's getting tabled. So he already knows that his 20 points he earned is probably going to be negated by Lane, right? So he comes over to look at my game, and I'm just like, yep, I just mopped up. I just freaking finished off this Dread Elf army. And he's like, shit. So it really comes down to what happens between Jesse and Chad here. If Chad could beat Jesse, they'll come out with a tie. If Jesse beats Chad, we end up winning the round against Once Bitten's team. All right, so you, again, this is a spoiler alert. If you don't want to know what's happening, do not watch past this point. I am telling you right now, last warning, stop watching my video if you want to know and you want to see it from Chad's perspective. But you're about to hear it from ChiHammer's perspective right now, okay? So, at this moment, after I take this picture, you can look in the center of the board. There is a white dot in the center of the board. It's hold the center, okay? So, Jesse has his tribesmen right there in the middle, okay, holding the center objective. Chad has one unit of archers or necroguard or whatever they are that are in range of that. Chad just finished his turn 6. It is Jesse's turn 6 right now. If you look a little further south towards where the camera is, there's a unit of, it used to be mercenaries and a unit and his BSB. There's 2 guys in that unit, just one BSB and one mercenary left. They're dying. They're being chaffed by archers. They were getting shot at, all that crap, right? Jesse has nothing else on the table. He has his general in the unit of tribesmen, and he has the BSB and one mercenary left. Okay? Chad has like 2 units of archers, 1 catapult, and 3 necroguard left. Okay? Something like that. Okay? So Jesse looks at me right after I take this picture and he goes, "Time out." Now I'm like, okay, and he's like, "I need to talk to you." I said, "Sure, no problem." So I walk over there and I go, "What's going on?" And he goes, "As of right now, Chad has a small win." I said, "Okay, what's the objective?" He goes, "The objective is hold the center." I said, "Okay." And he's like, "What my timeout is," he goes, "Can I take the mercenary out of that unit, turn him around, and march him onto the objective?" And I said, "Yeah, you can." I go, "There's no other mercenaries in that unit, right?" He goes, "Yeah, it's just one guy left." He goes, "I just want to know if that's legal." And when he first asked me, I actually thought about it myself. I thought he was talking about if he charges the BSB into those archers in front of him, because the BSB would win that fight. BSB would just destroy a shit ton of archers alone, because he has like the dragon skin banner and enough attacks, and it's only like 10 archers. He'll have impact hit, stomp, all that crap, right? So I thought he was going to say if he charges his BSB out and then he marches the other guy to the objective, can he do that? And I was thinking, yeah. But then he's like, no, I don't even have to risk my BSB. He's like, I just want to know if I could just take the mercenary out and march him. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. So I asked Todd. Todd's like, yeah. And everybody's like, all right. So he calls in the time in. Now I'm looking at Chad's face. I'm on the other side where my brother is now. I'm looking at Chad's face. I'm looking at him talk to Shannon and Lane. I'm looking at him talk to his team, and he has somewhat of a smirk on his face, like he has a small win. He has it in the bag. He got this game, right? And my brother's like, all right. He goes, "No charges." And you see Chad's face kind of stop from the smirk, and he's like, "What? Oh, okay, you're not going for the charge?" And my brother goes, "March this guy into the center," and you just see Chad's face in slow motion go from the smirk to a not a smirk to a frown, and he looks at Shannon, and I read his lips, and he says, "Shit, I just lost the game." That was huge. That was so huge. That was an epic moment in Jesse history. Because it was a single mercenary left. Oh man, I can't wait to see this battle report. I'm like dying to see it. I've contemplated just holding my video off until he puts the video up, because I don't want to spoil it, but at the same time I just did. But at the same time, I gave you guys all spoiler warnings, alright? So you guys didn't have to get this far. Which means, at the end of this game, Irby earned 0 points. I earned 17. Phil earned 20. And then Jesse earned, I think, like a 12 or a 13 around there. So we earned a good chunk of points. And we just beat the second favorite team. So it makes us jump up a lot, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting that up right now. So or you guys might have seen it already, but I'll probably just put it twice is what I'll do. So as of round 4, or round 3, excuse me, round 3, the Brave Companions moved up to, they're still in first place. They're at 160 points. This team that we just beat is still in second place at 133 points. The All-Stars, which were the team that we played the game before, are at third place at 126 points. Then we jump up to fourth place at 106 points. And then CGL's teams 1 and A are at 5th and 6th place. Now, CGL A is Wargaming from the Balcony. So we thought we were playing them the next day. The truth is, we mixed up the A and the 1, and so I was like plotting all night how to play Gene's team, and then when we get in the morning, we have to play CGL Team 1, which is Phil Blake's team. The same team as ChiHammer. So, anyways, which that was like, what? Who are we playing? What? Anyways, but we're at fourth place. We actually have some room to jump up even further because we're playing the CGL teams the next day, and we got the hardest teams out of the way. We got through the Brave Companions. We got through Devastating Charge. All we need to do is win big in the next 2 games, and we could actually jump up. We're not expecting to take first. We know we weren't going to take first. We came into it understanding that we didn't. I mean, we're a mercenary team. We are the mercenary team. So so we were just happy if we could potentially take somebody down like Once Bitten's team. So it was a fun game. It made my weekend. We had dinner with Once Bitten and Shannon right after this. Yeah, it was a fun day. I probably got sick out there. It's probably because of that. Anyways, but yeah, it definitely made the trip worth it, and I'm glad that I got out there to go ahead and play this. So round 4 is coming up against CGL Team 1, Phil Blake's team. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think that's about it. Yeah. Alright, guys, so I told you the MVP. I told you guys what happened with the team recap, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if guys, I'm going to Salamanca, Spain. I need some assistance getting out there. If you guys would like to donate to my channel, you could go to my Patreon. Any donations always accepted and always appreciated, because, and not only that, it will enter you into a raffle where you could earn a you have a chance of winning a banner painted by me, Mr. ChiHammer. So anyways, the first winner, I believe it was Jarl Trollifson, is we already talked. He wants me to paint a banner for his Idol of Gork, which is going to be fun. He has a very customized Idol of Gork. I think I should send you the picture somehow. I'll show you guys the picture when it's done. How about that? But I'm going to go ahead and work on that. And then besides that, I'm working on my new list already. So can't wait to actually get some practice games in with my new list. I'm working on painting up my models for it. So yeah, just to give you guys a sneak peek, I'm bringing back the Forest Goblins. Ooh, there's a reason for it though. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoy this. I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care and peace.